Good morning, children. Now, today we are going to start with the topic branding, which comes under product mix. Right? When you're going to make a product, then you have to do the branding also of that product, and it comes under the heading of product mix only because it is a part of product only. Right? So, branding is the process of assigning a distinctive name or symbol to a product by which it is to be known and remembered. When you name the product or give any symbol to your product, then that symbol or that name is called its brand, right? A brand you can underline or you can just memorize. A brand is a name, term, sign, symbol, or design, or a combination thereof used to identify the goods or services of a seller and to differentiate them from those of competitors. Like Lux is a name, Coca-Cola is a name, Bata is a name, Parker are the examples of brand, right? They are the names and they are also known as brands. The brand name consists of words, numbers, or letters which can be pronounced. This also you have to keep in mind, that they are in words, they are in numbers, they are in letters which can be pronounced. A brand mark, this is something different, which is brand mark is a symbol or a design mark, etc., which can only be seen but not pronounced, right? Like the devil of Onida, that can be seen, that is a design for it. Then they have given you an example of Guttu of Asian Paints, that little boy, he cannot be pronounced, but that is a brand mark. You must have seen logo of Woodland. Must have seen so many brand marks for different, like Adidas, like Puma, you have Lion, that black this jaguar kind of a animal. So these are the brand marks for different products, right? So there is a difference between brand and brand mark. Brand is a name and brand mark is a symbol or a design or a mark for any product. So now the firm may select any of the following brand name strategies. There are individual branding, there are blanket family branding, then there are separate family brand names, then company come individual name. Now what are these? Individual branding is a branding, it's a separate brand name for each products. Like for example, Procter and Gamble uses Camay for soap, Ariel for detergents, Head and Shoulders for shampoo, and Old Spice for aftershave. So every product have different brand name. Right? Now blanket family branding, under this the firm uses one brand name for all of its products. Like Godrej, like Tata, they will use the same for, like Philips, like Samsung, they will use one particular brand name, and under it they produce many products. They may have electronics, they may have consumer goods, like you can have electricity products, like you have Tata makes biscuits also, Tata makes motorbikes also, then they are producing tea also, Tata tea you have. So there are consumer products, there are industrial products, but they all come under blanket family. That is, one name is used for every product which that company is producing. Then separate family brand names. In this strategy, products are classified in different classes and separate brand names is given to each class, right? There is a class for good products, then a little bit lower quality goods. So they have different names for different class of that products, whatever that company is producing. Then Company come individual names. Some companies use corporate names as well as individual product names for branding their products. For example, Britannia combines its corporate name with individual names. They produce a product, they tell that this is the product, and with that they add the company's name, like Britannia biscuits, Britannia Good Day, Britannia Tiger, Britannia Cream Treat. They are adding one name, company's name, and with that they are using the product name, right? So when such kind of branding is used, it is called company come individual name. Then comes trademark. It means a brand or a part of a brand that enjoys legal protection. The firm which gets its brand registered gets the exclusive rights of its use. When any brand gets registered, right, then that logo, that name is termed as trademark. So no other firm can use such name or mark in the country. Then no other person can use that same logo, that same name for their product. For example, various products of LG Electronics carry the mark that is LG. A good trademark should be short and simple so that people can easily remember it. It should be distinctive and attractive. Now, let us see merits of the branding. What are the advantages of branding? Product differentiation. The first and the foremost thing is that through brand you are able to differentiate the product from different competitors, right? So it makes the product different and it is easily identified. Then it facilitates advertising. The firm can create a marked preference for its product. Brand loyalty is created, and by continuous repeating the brand name in its advertisement, like Lux and Coca-Cola, they have become a household name, and due to it a great number of advertisements can be achieved from good branding. Differential pricing. Branding enables a firm to charge a different price for its different product than that charged by its competitor. This is because customers who like a brand and becomes habitual of it are willing to pay a little higher for its price for its product. So it also helps you in differentiating the prices. Maybe the competitor products are having a low price and you want to keep your product at a higher price. And how is it possible? Because you are able to differentiate your product and your customers needs your product only. So when they become habitual, then you can easily increase the price of your product. Then lower selling cost. Branding helps to reduce selling cost. How? Dealers are ready to distribute branded products even at a lower profit margin. So now dealers over here are willing to distribute the branded products because people are going to ask for that product only. So what will happen? They, even if they are getting lower margin, they are ready to sell, and that is how their selling cost comes lower. Easy in introduction of new product. The new product which is introduced by the known brand name is likely to receive a good response from the customers, because whenever Maggi, suppose example Maggi was previously was only the noodles you used to get, but Maggi has developed, has created so much of goodwill that when it introduced ketchups, then soups, people were eager to buy it, and the company don't have to fight for the customers to reach to the customers, because the customers already know this brand name, and they were eager to try the new products with the same brand name. They are ready to get those product and they want to try that product, and this is how it becomes easier for the company to introduce new products to the customers under that same brand name. Then comes wider market. Branding helps to widen the market as need for inspection and sampling is reduced. The product can be sold by description only. It becomes a great, creates a great market for the product, because branding has been so widely spread and it is so needed that you just can go in one headquarter and just inspect the product, get the sample of the product, and then that same product can be sold worldwide. And that is how the product with the same brand can be sold to different parts of the world and can increase its market. Then, advantage to the customers, how the branding is helpful to the customers. First is product identification. Customer can easily identify the product through brand name. Then ensures quality. They know that this brand has a name, it has created its goodwill, and then they will be able to judge that the quality of that brand, quality of that product will be good. Status symbol. Many a times people buy one particular good because it gives them status symbol. It helps them creating some status in the society. So many a times, because of the good quality of the product, it becomes status symbol also, and that is why customers can go and buy that branded product. Protection. Price of branded and standardized products are fixed by the manufacturer. They are printed on the product, they become well known to the customers, and as a result, unscrupulous retailers cannot exploit the customers by overcharging the product. So this is also, the customers are saved by not paying much amount, as the price is already mentioned on the product. To be sound enough to provide these benefits, the brand name should be selected. What are the essentials of a good brand? What all things should be kept in mind while selecting the, or just finding out or selecting the brands? What all points should be kept? The brand name should be brief and simple. It should be easy to pronounce, spell and remember. It should be attractive and appealing to the eyes. It should be suggestive of the utility of the product. It should be distinctive and difficult to imitate also. It should remain constant for a reasonable period of time in order to gain popularity. It should be capable of registration and legal protection. It should be consistent with the country's culture and language, that is Ambassador Ka. So all these things should be kept in mind while keeping the brand name. Now let us see labeling. Now what is labeling? Labeling means designing a label which gives all the information regarding the product. All the information, that what is the cost of that product, what all ingredients are used in that product, all the things related to the product, all the information related to the product, when they are printed on the packet of that product, that is called its labeling. So the term labeling means designing a label to put on the package. A label is a small slip placed on the product to denote its nature, content, ownership, destination, etc. A label describes a product and its usage and specifies its content, right? So this is labeling. Now functions of labeling: identification of the product. It gives a definite identity to the product or brand, and therefore the identification of the product is easier. For example, the name Pears is printed on toilet soap, helps us to know which soap out of several soap is Pears, right? Information and knowledge. Through labeling you will get the information and knowledge about the product. Grading. It enables the manufacturer to grade the product into different categories. For example, Hindustan Lever sells different grades of tea under green, yellow and red labels, right? So they also help the person to know what grade of product they are, A grade, B grade or C grade product they are purchasing. Statutory warning. It provides informations required under the law also, that is on the cigarettes packet, it's always written smoking is injurious to health. So they are also providing you statutory warnings on the labeling. Promotions. A good label can attract attention, describe the product, and stimulate the buyers to buy the product. It also helps the customers to just stimulate the customers to buy the product. Product differentiation. The label helps to differentiate the product from another similar product. The buyer easily picks up the product with the help of information given in the label. Price control. The label mentions the maximum retail price also, and that is how the sellers cannot charge much amount as it is already mentioned in the on the labeling. Prevention of false claims. A manufacturer or a dealer cannot make false claims or on the label because such claims can be verified, and if found false, a suitable case can go to the consumer court. So they cannot cheat the customers by labeling something else which is not present in that product. Then comes kinds of labels. William J. Stanton classifies the label into 4: brand, grade, descriptive, and information labels. So these 4 things are mentioned in labels. What are things should be mentioned in the label? The first one is brand should be written on the labeling. Then grade should be written, what grade, A grade, B grade product is there inside the package. Then descriptive label, you have to mention the usage, you have to just mention the descriptions of the product which is placed inside the package. Then informative labels, if there is any information regarding how to use it, additional information regarding in case of the medicines and all, if there is any side effect or something like that, then that should also be present on the in labeling. What is the merit or advantages of labeling and disadvantages of labeling? Advantages: it is a social service to customers who very often do not know anything about the product characteristic features. False claims are prevented by using the label. To avoid price variations by publishing the price on the label. It helps advertising activities of the organization. It helps the customer to assess the superiority of the product. It is a guarantee for the standard of the product. Hence, it raises the prestige of the product and of the manufacturer. And what is the disadvantages? For an illiterate population, this is of no use. It increases the cost of the product. Then, since labeling involves expenditure on the part of the manufacturer, labeling is effective only where standardization is compulsory. It enables the customer to weigh and compare the advantages of product before they are used. This ultimately ends in discarding of one product in favor of the other. Now, what all things should be mentioned in label? It is written name and address of the producer, weight and measurement, size, color and appearance, raw materials, ingredients should be used. What are used in the product, directions and precautions should be mentioned, date of packaging and date of expiry, maximum retail price and statutory warning. These are the mandatory things which should be present in the labeling when standardization is expected, and this is all which is required in a labeling, right? Then comes packaging. Now let us see packaging. Packaging it refers to covering, wrapping, crafting, filing or compressing of goods to protect them from spoilage, pilferage, breakage, leakage, etc. So packaging refers to the covering or wrapping the product, right? Crafting the product. And there is a great difference between packing and packaging, children. Packing implies placing the product in a suitable package for delivery of a product to customers for the purpose of storage and transport. But packaging involves designing and producing the product, appropriate product, in which you are going to cover up your product. So packing is simply packing the product, and supplying it to the appropriate customers for storage and transport. But packaging is related with designing the how you are going to keep your product and what kind of packaging you are going to use. So wrapping, everything, from starting from designing till creating, that comes under packaging, right? So there are three levels of packaging: primary packaging, secondary packaging, transportation packaging. Primary packaging is it means the immediate contains the product. That is, when you take out the toothpaste from that box, so that is a immediate package. You are directly taking out your product from that packing. But secondary packing is the additional layer of product protection. For example, toothpaste tube is packed in a cardboard box. When the consumer begins to use the product, the box is disposed of. So when it is in the tube form, it is a primary packing, and when it is in the cardboard form, then it is a secondary packing. And when it is it is packed in 50 or 100 numbers of units, then when it is packed in a box in like 50s or 100s of products are packed in one packing just for transportation purpose, then that type of packaging is called transportation packaging. Now, what are the merits of packaging? First is it protects the product. The identification becomes easier. Because, for example, they have given you one easy identification for Pepsi for its unique bottle. Prestige packaging facilitates the branding and labeling for the product. The brand name and label can be easily printed on the packaging if the packaging is good, and it creates a image of the product. Then economy, packaging reduces the cost of transportation and storage also, and widens the market. Properly packed goods are required less space, right? Then reuse or resale, many a times there are bottles, there are tins which can be reused. Such type of packaging can be reused, or they can be resale also. Promotion packaging is also one of the element of promotion. If there will be a good packaging, then it will help in the promotion of that product. Then comes convenience. Through packaging, it becomes convenient for the customer to carry the product easily, right? So in handling the product, in carrying the product, in keeping in the warehouses or shops, it becomes convenient for the people if a packaging is good. Innovation, marketers can capture new market segments by developing innovative packaging. For example, many firms could capture rural and low income customers by selling shampoos in small pouches. So it could be more innovative, and it is more innovative, and it increases the sale also, right? So now let us see features of good packaging. What all things should be present in a good packaging? It should be convenient to handle and to use. It should be easy to open and close. It should be fit well into the cupboard, drawers, refrigerators. The package should provide aesthetic satisfaction in terms of design, neatness and beauty. It should be eye-catching. It should be pleasing. It should attract the customer. It should be safe and should be capable of protecting the product. This is very, very important, that the product should be protected and it should be safe in that packaging. It should build customers' confidence by telling a true story of the product. The package should establish its own identity appropriate to the product in terms of users' expectations. In other words, it should provide a distinct personality and a status of the product. It should have repack or resale value so that it becomes more economical in relation to the value of the product. So these were the features of good packaging. So children, in this video we'll be taking till here only, and price mix we'll be taking in next video.